Larry wrong for this. He wrong. My biggest fear was having an ugly baby. Now look. Look what the fuck I got. Look at him. He is so funny looking. I ain't want to have no ugly baby. I just knew that it was going to be a 50-50 chance that one of these kids was going to come out ugly because of him. Now look. Now I got to wait for his looks and shit to come in.
Man, that baby looked just like your ass. Look, I ain't even gonna play that whole video. It disgusts me so much. But I'm gonna tell y'all this first, just for shock value. But for those of you who believe in a God, God would be pissed off at y'all for looking in the mirror and saying you ugly. Y'all believe God made y'all with love. And you gonna say that's ugly, right? How despicable, man. A God would look at you and say your attitude is ugly, your character is ugly. How dare you call what I created ugly? You live in a world full of American aesthetics and you under a spell, and you gonna sit here and say you ugly. You cherish the life God gave you, but you don't like the vessel he put you in. How disrespectful is that? But here's what it really is. You looking back in the face of time and telling your ancestors they are ugly. Imagine all the people who endured what they endured just for you to be here and have access to this beautiful life. You're gonna look back in the face of time when you stare into a mirror and say you ugly. That's wild. Remember on Dave Chappelle when he said, I traveled all the way through time to call you know what, right? Imagine that. You go all the way back in time to see your ancestor endure some of the harshest stuff. And all you can think about is you ugly. How disrespectful to the ancestors is that? And you wonder why you cut off. You wonder why you depressed and look in the mirror and don't feel good about yourself. Man, if you could look back in time and see some of the things your ancestors contributed to this world, you would be proud to have their nose, their eyes, their face, their body. You sitting here talking about I'm ugly. Wow. For all of you on here saying, you know what, that's bad how she treating her child. Man, you treat yourself just like that. Let's be real. You're not ugly. You're a miracle. You're a phenomenon. Here today, gone tomorrow. You're a precious snowflake, so unique. You're supposed to love yourself and learn to accept yourself so you can truly be. You do not access your ancestors' gifts until you accept yourself. Imagine being a God and dying and getting it and going to heaven, and the only reason you can't enter is because you want to accept yourself as God. Every single person that has ever lived before you contributed to this avatar, and you talking about it's ugly. All the access to all the things that you can do, and that's ugly? You gotta be kidding me. Wow. The truth is, you're beautiful. You a myriad of every person that ever came from you, a chimera of every person that ever came before you. If you can learn to accept that, you'll truly see your truest power unlock. Billions of people with billions of cells, billions of gifts, billions of talents that they've worked on in their past, it's all stored up inside of you. From your mother and your father to their grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents, all this energy and power is concentrated into you. You're the avatar. Imagine Avatar going to the avatar state, right? And seeing himself in his past lives. And instead of seeing the power that he possessed in every single life, knowing that he has all that now, he's saying you ugly. What if when you said that you don't get access to none of that? How dare you expect to get the gifts and the talents of somebody you think is ugly? Until you accept yourself, you cut off, I'm telling you. I'm speaking for the ancestors, you are cut off. Learn to love yourself and you will have it all. But if you hate yourself, you will have nothing. You on your own. Everything you get will have to be by the sweat of your own brow. By the work you put in. That's all you getting. The skills you earn. But you don't get access to none of that. If you have a talent, you won't get the rewards of it because you don't love yourself. You will truly never maximize yourself until you accept yourself, man. Look in the mirror and love your ancestors' eyes, nose, lips. Don't sit here and walk through this world denying yourself, believing that you ugly, depressed, wanting to change yourself because of some governmental system, some programming, aesthetics. They tell you that you pretty. Think about this. When was the first time you said to yourself you was ugly? Think about this. When's the first time you looked at yourself and said, I'm ugly? Think about that. You got to deal with you every day. You got to look in the mirror and see you every day. How dare you call yourself ugly? How dare you criticize somebody else for loving themselves? That's the ultimate goal, If a person loves themselves and they find themselves to be beautiful, how dare you speak against that? Notice we got a word for that, conceited, right? Or what is it when you think you ugly? What is that? So we can start shaming that shit. If you think you ugly, we should have a word for that. You an ancestry denier. Denier of your truest self. You are wrapped in your ancestors' DNA. Talking about it's ugly. Yeah, we need a name for that. I got it. Descendant. I know we already call our children that and the people who come after us descendants, but truly, they are ascendants. They are you magnified. They are you mixed with somebody else's whole ancestry pool, able to tap into gifts you can't even tap into. They are your ascendant, right? So if you look in the mirror and you're looking back at your ancestors through time and you saying, you ugly, you a criticizer of your ancestor. You ancestors, you are not an ascendant. You are the I am. And when you don't accept that, you are a descendant because you will not access your ancestors' gifts. You're going the opposite way. Yeah, you can only pass the baton on when you are an ascendant. You have to love and accept yourself or you are a descendant. That's what we're going to start saying, yo. You sitting here looking in the mirror saying, I'm ugly. You're a descendant. You're a descendant of your ancestors. You look back in the past and you criticize instead of love and accept. You are a descendant. And until you learn to accept yourself, you will never ascend. Ever. And it is you holding yourself back. Don't be mad at me. You're the one who look in the mirror and see an ugly person. I didn't call you that. You did. Rise.